What's up, Mean Green fans? This is Sonoy Valente with the Mean Green Show, and I'm joined here this evening with Miles, better known as the UNT Six, one of the OGs on Twitter. Man, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, I'm glad to come on for finally.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, let's just kind of unfold. There's a lot to talk about. I feel like just with the state of the program and where it is currently, and a lot of us, maybe you and I included a little bit, kind of hitting the panic button. But, just to start things off, man, how do you feel about the hire of Phil Bennett at DC?
Well, I mean, there's just so much to unpack. There's not a lot known because he hadn't coached since 2017. He retired due to medical something. I don't really remember
You
why.
Urban Meyered it, yeah.
Yeah, and he's up in his age. I think he's upper 60s. I think I'm not quite for
Yeah,
sure on that,
yeah.
but he had a pretty okay defense at Arizona State in his first year. He held number 5 Washington to like 7 points and then
Mm-hmm.
52 to Stanford. It was just like all over the place, and um, he has the resources here. He has the talent. He has
Mm-hmm.
he has the recruiting. I mean, Texas is a great recruiting
Dude.
place. He's even been in the state of Texas. He was the SMU
Mm-hmm.
head coach
Mm-hmm.
and the Baylor defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can do a lot. This was a safe hire by
Mm-hmm.
Latrell. He wasn't trying to go big or go home because
Yeah.
this is his last legs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If he messes this up, I don't know how you can recover.
Yeah.
You're paying this guy upwards of $300,000
Do
this
you know
year.
that? Or are you just guesstimating? I don't.
That they paid Bowen three hundred
Okay. Yeah.
thousand plus
So, yeah.
dollars,
Yeah.
according to what I've seen, and that was the
Yeah.
highest in the conference.
Well, maybe since he's 60 something, he's getting his Social Security, so we don't have to pay him as much. So
Well,
no, just kidding. No.
I just don't think he's doing this
Yeah.
for the money. I think he's just doing this for the experience, just doing it
Good.
like
Yeah.
Mac Brown. He's just coming in.
Mhm.
He loves the game. He wants to develop a program that needs it. North Carolina needed it. We need a
Mhm.
defensive coordinator, and hopefully he brings his. I think it's like a 4-2-5. If I'm,
Oh, that's what we're gonna run.
I think that's what he was running.
Yeah.
It's not quite a 4-3, but
Mhm.
it's a pretty interesting system that
Yeah.
I think will work because you have the 4 guys in the front. You have
Right.
Grayson Murphy and
Yes.
Gabriel Murphy on the
Yes.
sides, the two
Yes.
lethal
Yes.
guys, and I think
Monte. Yeah.
yeah, if he can get out of that shell next year, there's just so much promise, and he
Right.
has everything he needs basically. He
Mhm.
just has to get the guys like the transfers. We've lost so many transfers, or
Yeah.
lost so many people to the transfer portal. If he can get the transfers in,
Mhm.
and we have all year, we don't
Mhm.
have a cutoff spring and summer. I
Mhm.
think he could really do something here, but he also can't. Who knows
Yeah.
what's going to happen. I just hope this turns out well.
I do too, man. And I, obviously, I hope it turns out well fast. So that we can hopefully, retain, all these coaches. And I know the feelings on Seth Luttrell are kind of mixed, but me personally, I mean, I'm kind of mixed about him too. But he's a great recruiter, and he's gotten guys into our program that we just haven't seen before, like as far as their caliber. And I know, yes, that needs to translate on the field, and if it doesn't, then it kind of falls flat. But it gives us something to cheer for on signing day, if nothing else. But I wonder and hope. I mean, yes, he's older, but we got to kind of remember Saban's older. And I'm not, I am in no means comparing him to Saban other than their age, but
Mm-hmm.
um, the fact that he was the SMU head coach and the Baylor head coach, I'm really just really my hope is that he knows the Metroplex, and more importantly, he knows how to recruit the Metroplex because you know I just feel very strongly as far as Conference USA goes, it really should be us, North Texas, being where we are geographically. We should get all the Metroplex kids that don't go to the Power Five they want to, or the higher end G5s, like the AAC schools. I get them picking them over us in some instances, but
Mm-hmm.
other than that, we shouldn't be losing guys in the Dallas Fort Worth area to other Conference USA schools besides maybe FAU. I get the draw to FAU.
We shouldn't be losing a guy like DJ Arkansas, the linebacker from Denton Ryan, going to
Yes,
Rice. I
yes,
did not understand that at the
you know,
time, and I don't understand it now. I mean,
yes,
I know Rice is a good. They've started to
education.
recruit better.
Yeah,
Uh, Coach Bloomgren, he started to get that program back together, but at the same time, he is in your backyard. You should not be letting.
Don't.
And also Tyreek Davis, he
Yeah.
went to Denton Ryan. If he
Yes.
can't recruit that guy, I mean, it was frustrating seeing that. I did
Yeah.
not understand why he was going to Rice, but
yes,
it's just recruiting out your own backyard. They have to do that more.
From a Conference USA standpoint and those level schools, we need to set up, a barrier and just be like, no, like this Metroplex is ours. Like this North Texas has dibs on all the kids, in the Metroplex that have any desire to stay here, which, I feel like they should. And, this is a great job market, after football and after college. There's just so many pluses here. I feel so strongly that North Texas is a sleeping giant from a just is ready to explode and be get into that Cincinnati, stratosphere or whatever you want to call it. Just because we have, we're losing guys to Cincinnati, which I understand. Cincinnati is a great program, and they are leaps and bounds ahead of us right now, just speaking factually. But why can't we be that Cincinnati? Why can't we get, whatever? But anyway, we're getting a little off topic. I can get a little high strung there, but
I think the fact that we've lost, 1, 2, 3, like 4 recruits in this 2021 class. I guess if you count Trey Siggers to SMU, I hate it because I hate SMU so much. But
me too.
It's what a good program does, and we have to take advantage of. Look what SMU did. They went. I think they went 6-7 in that 2018 year when we demolished them. And then they started gaining more recruits. They got Bouchel and Sonny Dykes is a great recruiter. I think Seth Luttrell's an even better recruiter. But I don't know why. I don't know how we can't do that. Do what SMU did. I mean, they went 6-7. They got blown out by Tech in the bowl game. But they still get all these guys, and it just has to happen. That's why SMU's been constantly winning over the past few years.
And obviously to all of our listeners out there, we're fans. We don't, we're speaking from a fan's perspective here. So don't take anything we say to heart too much.
Yes. I always want to say that.
But at the same time, why are we not going after the portal as aggressively as these other schools? Like, and not even just this year. I mean, we got some good ones. Logan Wilson and who's the offensive tackle from Oklahoma State?
Jacob Farrell. He was actually eligible even that last game.
Yeah, that was a nice little surprise. And those are solid guys. But you look at FAU, you look at SMU, you look at schools like that, the G5 world, and you see their transfer list. It is long. It's like 6 or 7 players long of just like studs. And a lot of them coming out of the DFW. And it's just like, as from a high school standpoint, it's just like, why don't we go after that like as aggressively? I mean, I think it's great that we go after high school kids around here and around the country and that we get them. I'm not saying that we should not recruit high school kids, but why not go after more aggressively, those portal guys that these other schools that are having a lot of success doing it? Like,
it's just a lot of hit or miss. Last year, DeAndre Planton from Virginia Tech, he transferred here and he was injured, and it's just you can't do a thing about it.
Right.
And there's been guys like EJ Agia, who was a transfer from some school in Minnesota. He was a great player. He ended up being one of the best linebackers we've had in the decade. But it's so hard to do it. And SMU, I guess they found a way to do it right, and they got lucky, I would say, because.
Well, they get lucky year in and year out, it seems like, man. It just seems like even now it seems like their transfer list is like, I'm gonna look that up while we're talking. But so let me ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, you're oh my gosh, freaking out like the season's over, before it even starts, and 1 being cool as a cucumber. How do you feel about next season, being that we're starting to see some transfer portal action, but not in the way that we want to? How many have we lost? Do you know the count?
So today we lost a Gumakin. I think that is, I want to say 9 or 10. I think it's, I don't count Bryce English, who did transfer, because he was not technically on the roster last year, and he has not played since 2018. So I don't really count him, but I would say 9 if you don't count him. A lot of the players have been people that are just.
So you're saying you're at a 9 as far as panicking on a scale of 1?
Okay. This amount of people that have.
Okay.
I would say Next year, I would say about a 5. It's like right there. You don't know what's going to
Yeah.
happen. Because tomorrow we could have 4 people enter the portal, or we could have 4 people come here. You
Yeah.
just don't know what happens. I certainly didn't expect Gumikin to enter the portal at all, because I thought he was going to be a player that to watch out for, even though he had a lot of drops last year that costed us probably 2 games. But
Right.
you know,
Yeah, I hear you. Real quick, I mean, I pulled it up. So here's SMU's transfer for 2021 only. Okay, they got Trey Siggers, kill me. They got Simon Gonzalez, 85, out of high school, tight end from Texas Tech. Tanner Mordecai, that's a huge pickup. That is a huge pickup. Huge. Obviously, we don't even talk about his ratings. We know what he is. Grant Calcaterra from OU, a tight end.
Yeah, something like that.
4-star guy out of high school. Nolan Matthews from Arizona State, another Dallas kid, could have came here. Tight end. Justin Osborne, a highly rated 3-star out of high school that was originally at Auburn, offensive tackle. And I mean, I think he's a player, man. I think he'll do really well. Not to mention they got Preston Stone, Preston Stone had offers from Bama and all of the above.
He's really talented, and at the same time, they got Jaden Jones, who was previously committed here.
Oh yeah,
he committed at the same time of Jaden Gray. He was a defensive end that went to Iowa State
from Eaton.
And they both decommitted about the same time. So it's just like it. We lost so many. I think we had 6 people decommit this year. I think we've had 6, and that's you just can't lose those type of people.
No.
And SMU, I guess they haven't really lost that many people. And back to the transfer portal, you're talking about the transfer portal. I forgot about 2 people. Last year, 2019, Nick Harvey from South Carolina and Damon Harrison from Arizona State. Harrison did absolutely nothing here, and Harvey was arguably one of the worst cornerbacks I've ever seen.
Wait, didn't we get someone from A&M?
That's Nick Harvey. He came from South. He went to A&M to South Carolina.
That's right.
And he was just awful. He
did not
disgrace to North Texas football, in my opinion. He got burned so many times. It's just
that did not shake out well. Yeah, so it's like, why can't we get some? I mean, again, I'm glad the 2 that we have currently in Logan Wilson and Farrell. We'll see what Carson Krupp is, the linebacker from Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
I'm kind of blanking on the name, but we'll see. But
I'm excited to see how many of the opt-outs. We only had a few, but like Jordan Rucker, he came from Purdue. He was actually from Denton Ryan.
Yeah,
and I'm excited how he plays because he opted out of the first game. He didn't play so good. And I guess he just decided to not play.
Is he in the portal yet, or
no? He's still on the team. He's just opted out. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm excited to see how people who didn't play a lot and people who have to step into the role since people are in the portal. I want to see how they do next year, and with a full spring, with a new coordinator, with a new scheme, with everything in between. I think this. I'm not saying a top 50 defense. I'm just saying a defense that can then let the other team convert on 3rd and 15.
A defense that can compete in Conference USA, please.
Not 127th out of 128. Ole Miss had the worst defense. I don't know how, but they had the worst defense.
And La Tech got the running back from App State. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
So
he only had 100 yards. It's like, he just only had 100 yards.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. But yeah, I know. I mean, so yeah, I don't know what he's going to do with the defensive staff as far as if he's going to totally, restock and clean house. I know we had some departures, but we'll see. I mean, I just really hope they can get, hit the ground hard and hit the ground fast, man. We just, by the day, it's just like, I really want to see some guys coming in on the defensive side of the ball specifically.
Well, I think he needs to get those coaches in, the defensive line and defensive back coach, because they did keep Galen Scott. I was kind of surprised.
Oh, they did.
I guess linebacker was not the worst position.
Yeah.
They did have a few injuries and COVID and stuff, but I'm surprised he's still on the team. I'm kind of surprised about that. But getting a defensive line coach, I think, or defensive back coach is a must, because Clay Jennings, he was an old North Texas alumni in the 90s, but just could not get developed and to turn their heads around when their ball's going past them.
Yeah, so. there was some plays, where running back got out in the flats and it was just wide open. I was like, oh my gosh, like that can't that can't be, that's
Mm-hmm.
that's high school level stuff. But so hopefully, his new guy will get in here and clean that up, and then we can really attack the portal hopefully here in the next week or two. Man, it's just like I want to see some stuff to get my juices going. But man, let me ask you. So we may have different opinions here, but you want to see a quarterback come in through the portal, or you pass on that this year? And let me know what your thoughts are and why your thoughts are that.
I just think, we've already seen a lot of the quarterbacks like Chandler Morris and I
The
guess
big
you could
name.
even say Tanner Mordecai and all those people
Yeah,
go to their selected schools. I
sure.
don't think we need one right now. I think we can just roll with whoever we have, and
Yeah.
we need to get a quarterback coach, in my opinion. I don't know if we
Yes,
will,
we do. Yes, we do.
because
I mean,
if we don't get one,
Shout out to Quinn, but yeah, he did a great job. I feel like, but yeah, absolutely, we need
you can only do so much as a graduate assistant. I know he's like
100%.
I know he's like 26. I love
Yeah.
Quinn, but
Oh, he's the
I think
man. Quinning
we just need a quarterback coach that can
for
develop
sure.
Bryce mainly.
For
That's the main
sure.
guy you got to get developed, and even Grayson Thompson,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
someone
G
like
Tomp.
get Jason Bean better.
Yeah.
Just get them more accurate and work on the things that they've been
Mm-hmm.
bad at in the past few years. Because it looked like when Bean would come in the New Mexico Bowl, and just last year when Mason Fine was there, he didn't look prepared. Like, looked like they did
Mm-hmm.
not have a secondary plan behind Mason, and that's a problem. And
Mm-hmm.
of course
Mm-hmm.
Tate Wallace happened, and that kind of put a damper on a few things that could have also hurt the development. But they need a quarterback coach. They need to get someone who can develop these guys, and I don't think they should be getting another quarterback unless something happens, unless we
Mm-hmm.
see someone enter the portal,
Yeah.
which I hope not, but
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah, I mean, I personally have a different opinion about that. I know we have at least 6, I believe, on scholarship as far as the quarterback position goes, which is a lot. Maybe number one in the country. Who knows? Um, but I mean, we got Caleb Johnson. We got Bryson.
You mean
You know,
Colin Johnson, not Caleb Johnson?
well, I'm talking about the receiver.
Oh, you're talking about receiver.
Yeah,
Okay.
talking
Oh, I
about
see. You're talking about
I'm talking about the best recruit in the conference as far as I to
high
my
school.
knowledge. Yeah,
Out of high school,
yeah,
yeah.
and
Because
we got him. We got him. Oh, and we got Bryson Jackson. We got DeTravion Brown. We have Deontay Simpson. We lost Austin. But
McKinnon,
yeah, we got
Greg White.
Jair. I feel like we might be one of the best receiving corps in the conference. I really believe that. And I just feel like if we have that, like, you know,
Zeg, what's his
oh yeah,
name?
Zagil,
I don't know how to say his first name, but McMillan. McMillan.
yeah, we got him coming in, McMillan. Um,
We have
you know,
Damon Ward.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
Damon Ward from
moral of the story, man. I feel
Beaumont.
good about I did not like the Austin transferring. That was never good news, and he had potential. I feel like to be one of our good receivers next year, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not too concerned because we have so many good receivers. And I just feel personally that we didn't have a quarterback that, rose to the occasion last year. So I would be happy if, they did get one out of the portal, just because it would just give me a little bit more, at peace feeling, if you will, that somebody can get the ball to these guys consistently, can throw a ball consistently, man,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll see. Well, who knows? I mean, I don't think they will get one if I had to guess. And
No.
maybe you're right, as far as like getting the quarterback coach in here and making those guys better, because I do think there is talent on that roster. We just gotta see it translate, on the field and on game day.
And with Bryce enrolling early, that's a even bigger deal. And
yes.
you would think he gets even more developed since he is coming here in January instead of coming here in, I think, June. I don't know when they really do come here, but I know that he's coming here early, and that's what we need if we
Right.
want to have a more developed quarterback in the future. I'm not saying this year. I just really
Right.
doubt we see him this year
Mm-hmm.
unless he pulls off some sort of Mason Fine thing, but
Mm-hmm.
that's really rare.
Yeah, they're
Um,
very rare. Very rare.
I'm excited that he's enrolled early so we can get a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
adjusted to the system and get.
Yeah.
And he kind of got used to Seth Luttrell's offense because Mason Fine was
Yeah.
his offensive coordinator up there
That's
in
true. That's true.
Pauhuska or
Yeah,
something
Paul
like that.
Huska. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, P
Mm-hmm.
Town. Um, yeah, man. I mean, he definitely looks good on paper. Just what is he like? 6'3", 6'4", 250. What?
He's a pretty big person. He's
Yeah,
like,
he's a big guy. Yeah. And so
mm-hmm.
we'll see, man. Definitely, I feel like has the college, quarterback body already. So we'll see, man. But so I don't know. We'll hopefully do. Your guesstimate. Obviously, we're fans. We don't know. When do you think we'll see some guys? You know, you know, jump in from the portal, to UNT. If you had to guess, you think something we can anticipate this week, or do you think that's a
I
next week
think
thing?
I think it's a this week thing. I
You
think
think
really
so?
with the new defensive coordinator now, they haven't announced it yet
Yeah.
officially, which is
Come
kind of
on.
concerning. But
Very.
I think we could see it more maybe toward the end of the week. I hope we don't see
Yeah.
another transfer out, but I would think we would see someone coming in,
Yeah.
possibly on most likely on defense. I would hope and pray that we get people hopping into the portal
Hmm.
into our portal,
Okay.
soon.
Yeah. Let me ask you, man, real quick before we wrap things up here. Two questions. One, out of all the transfers that we've lost, who do you feel like um, were you the most like, oh my gosh, like not including where they landed, obviously
Hmm.
SMU, but
Hmm.
just which one were you most like, oh man, I can't believe we lost that guy.
Well, I'm looking at the list right now. That's tough. I would say it's between Siggers and Johnson. Only reason I say Johnson is because even though he was a senior and he
Mm-hmm.
had the chance to go wherever he wanted, which makes sense, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care. I thought that he
Yeah.
was going to be passed up
Business
possibly
decision.
by Upton Stout and uh, Deshaun Gaddy and all those other guys that are coming in. I think
Mm-hmm.
he possibly just could have got passed up. But I think Siggers, even though with Attaway in the backfield and
Mm-hmm.
even the new guys like Keith Jackson. Is that his?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh
want to because
yeah,
it's
Keith
his dad
Jackson.
that follows me, and I don't want
Yeah.
to. Yeah, it's Keith Jackson,
Yeah.
and I just think there's more future. Even though I
Mm-hmm.
thought Siggers could have been a really good running back next year, brought
Yeah.
more of a
Experience.
senior
Yeah.
leadership to the team because
Absolutely.
Attaway's only a
He's gonna
sophomore.
be
He's a redshirt
yeah.
sophomore, so he
Yeah.
redshirted after last
Yeah.
year or 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the biggest loss. Maybe a Gumikin because he
Mm-hmm.
could have developed into a better receiver
Mm-hmm.
after last year's
Yeah.
just inconsistency. But
Yeah.
who knows what happens? But I just feel like Siggers is the better
Yeah.
one that we will miss because
I
everybody else was a backup or was going to get replaced or was a senior that had the opportunity to go somewhere else. So it didn't
mhm.
really that matter.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I'm Siggers was the hardest loss for me too. All right, a little bit a little bit more on a positive note. We really have a
Hmm.
stellar recruiting class, second in the conference. Out of the ones that we currently have, not including the you know the transfers or the high school kids that we will still get to fill this class completely out. Who are you most excited for as far as next year goes? Not down the line so much, but who do you feel like will make the biggest impact next year, and you're most excited about as far as next year specifically goes?
Like out of the freshmen coming in here,
The freshmen are the transfers, coming in.
I
Yeah,
think
the
Jacob.
Paramount 21 class.
So Jacob Farrell, he's not just
Hmm.
my main answer, but Jacob Farrell is going to be a huge piece. He's already
Yeah.
he kind of got injured in that App State game, but I think he's going to be a really big piece.
Hmm.
Coach Blush got a terrific guy. Coach Blush,
Yeah.
I mean, appreciation to Coach Blush. He's done an
Yeah.
amazing job
Yes.
developing these guys into better pass
Hmm.
blockers and run blockers. Run
Yeah, we
blockers is
got
a
a no
thing.
line, man. Big shout out to
I
Coach
think
Bush.
he's one of the bigger ones. I think even we could possibly see Caleb Johnson next year. Who knows what happens in the
Hmm.
positions because he can play defensive back, he can play
Yeah.
receiver. We
Yeah.
don't know what will happen because like
Hmm.
Lorenzo Thompson last year,
Hmm.
high school type,
Yeah.
playing receiver and cornerback in the same
Right.
game.
Right.
Um, I think he'll bring a big impact. And I'm trying to think. We could possibly see Varkeus Gums even. I just don't
He's an
know because
athlete. He's an
even though the
athlete.
tight end room is pretty full, I don't know if
Hmm.
Jason Pearl will return. But I know Christian Lee, Jake Roberts. Jake Roberts, I
Hmm.
mean, he's a stud.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes, he is.
it's going to be and even trying to think of the other guy, Asher Alberding.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think he even could be a legitimate player. So
Yeah.
I would say Johnson and Farrell just because, and even
Yeah.
Logan Wilson. We
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
know what
yeah.
I forgot he will play defensive back, so that would
Yeah.
be even helpful.
Yes, I'm hoping he can come in and make an impact.
I just think Johnson and Farrell are the two bigger guys
Yeah.
because they have the positions. I mean, Farrell basically has. I think he's left to right tackle lockdown, and
Yeah.
unless someone else takes it from him. And I think Caleb Johnson could be an impact player on both sides of the ball. So
absolutely. And I mean, I know I'm speaking for you too when I say we really are excited about every single one in the class. They all are.
For sure.
But for me personally, one of my I wouldn't call him a sleeper per se, but one that I'm excited for as far as next year goes specifically is Bryson Jackson. Out of Blinn, and yeah, obviously I'm super excited about Caleb Johnson as well at the receiver position or at the defensive back. But, I think he's a little bit more geared for receivers as far as his desires go. And I think he can be extremely, productive for us. But as far as next year specifically goes, I just feel like Bryson Jackson, man, can just plug in and just go. I don't know if you've watched his film at all, but man, he is a baller.
I've watched a little bit. I haven't watched a lot of it. I've watched more of Caleb and all the other guys. I haven't got a chance to watch Bryson's yet.
Yeah, man, we'll peek that explosive sometime. And he's just being, I think he's 2 years into college. I think he did 1 year at TCU, then 1 year at Blinn, I believe. Don't quote me on that.
Not for sure if he actually got the full season at TCU. I'm not quite sure on that. I know he got the full year at Blinn College.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he's a sophomore. I'm pretty sure he's a sophomore this year.
Yeah.
He might have redshirt at TCU.
And with COVID and everything, who really knows? I mean, he probably has minimum 2, if not 3 years to go for us. If not 4, who knows with COVID. But I mean, I feel like he's just being that he's older a little bit more, he's more ready to come in and really make an impact. And I'm just, fingers crossed that, we got that quarterback who can feed these guys. So, but yeah, but anyway, guys, so, once again, thanks for tuning into the Mean Green Show and the UNT 6. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I loved having you and looking forward to having you on again.
For sure.
Yeah, if you guys have not already, make sure to follow him on the Twitters. And, let us know what you think in the comments. And if you want us to talk about anything on our next video, just let us know. Thanks again.